I decided to build a bolt pistol from Warhammer 40k. For this design, I used a Science Potatoes bolt pistol design from Thingiverse. Check out his stuff, he has some really cool stuff. So, firstly, I started painting it with all the different layers to make it look nice. And then I taped off sections so that way I could paint in the, more finer details. And then for the rest of it, I had to touch it with my own paintbrush because, well, you can't spray paint that small. For these colors, I used some Necron's paints I had left over because that's my Warhammer army. After the painting was finished, it's time for the wiring. I put in a simple switch and battery system just to activate the rocket starters, and shoved them all in there and then used putty to hold them in place. I don't know if it's proper to use putty and whether that's a fire hazard, but I thought it was a good idea and I didn't have anyone tell me different. Here's the finished product. Firstly, I should probably explain what we're shooting out of it. It's just size A rocket engines in a 3D printed case with a primer put at the top for the explosive warhead of the round. When it came to firing, I quickly found out that I probably should have set up a better firing system. What I set up was I twist the wires of the engine starter around the exposed wires from my own homemade starter, which really I should have used clamps so I get safer and better connections, because otherwise this happens. Because of me just twisting the wires around, it didn't get a strong connection until it was jostled. And also because of the button I used, which is a click button instead of a continuous press, I couldn't tell if it was on or off. Luckily, the burns to my finger was not that bad, so I'm fine. I then set it up for safer testing using a rocket launch controller, and here's some shots of that. Go. Due to it just being rockets in the tube, they're not accurate. I could increase accuracy by rifling the tube or adding fins to the rocket, but that's for Mark II that hopefully comes later on. Anyway, here's a cool finished product montage.
By the Emperor, it's that bitch Leandros.